What's poppin'? It's your boy LB, Leigh Bush in the building, and you know I got so keep it locked.
So, just to start, can you kind of introduce us to Leigh Bush and what the whole movement is about?
Yeah. First of all, Leigh is my middle name. Bush is my last name. A lot of people don't know that. Just as Sammie is my government. Leigh Bush is just a man of substance, vulnerability, and passion. Particularly speaking in music, I just feel like right now we're a dying breed as far as the genre of R&B goes. So I wanted to do my part to contribute to real music that's everlasting and timeless. And the Leigh Bush Project is just a concoction of different emotions from thought-provoking records such as Dancer, Passionate, which is very sensual, Free Falling, which is very transparent. I'm excited about the project. I just got the good news today that we just made top 10 on iTunes. So I'm very excited, man, about the Leigh Bush Project. But it's just an expansion of who Sammie, where I left off at that Sammie.
And the EP released yesterday, so tell us about the Leigh Bush Project and kind of what artists inspired you on this project.
Man, I watched the documentary on Marvin Gaye. I've always been a fan, but I really got to dig into his life story, and I think it's so amazing how he was spiritually conflicted with the flesh. Me being a God-fearing man, I could relate. He was a ladies' man, but very articulate and timid at times, but only comfortable for real when he was on stage. And he created his great work when he was in his darkest hour outside of the limelight. So I channeled a lot of Marvin Gaye, Maxwell, and then of course I put my Sammie or my Leigh Bush sauce in it just to make a concoction of this, I guess, gumbo of greatness. You know what I'm saying? I'm very excited about the material. And I went in with no rules. I wasn't thinking about radio. I wasn't thinking about DJs. I was just trying to create great music for the people to enjoy.
Right. So, stepping away from the Sammie name, is that going to be a permanent thing, or is that just for this project?
Nah, it's here to stay. Leigh Bush is here. But again, I don't want my fans, because I put so much time and energy into creating the brand, which is Sammie, and my fans grew up with me, and I'm forever grateful for not just the loyalty, but to be able to have the freedom to expand my brand and not be just this child star. I'm 26 years young now, so I'm just trying to let that out. But Leigh Bush is definitely here to stay. It's not just like today.
So Troy Taylor was an executive producer on this project.
Yeah,
what do you feel like he brought to the project?
Man, Troy Taylor's an amazing man. Not just as a producer, but that's my pop. He's a father figure. He's somebody that takes you and caters to that talent and that gift that I have. I've known him for about 4 years now, and I'm blessed that my first project, as Leigh Bush, is executive produced by him. Shout out to Jay Kicks, Doughboy, as well as Wizard for doing production on it. But Troy is a genius, man. He worked with Boys II Men, Tyrese, Trey Songz, of course. He's the creative genius behind that, and I think that you really have to take heed to somebody such as Troy Taylor when he decides to take you in and nurture you. So I'm so blessed to have him a part of my career.
Cool. Now, I was reading where you reported that you said this project was therapy for you. Can you kind of explain on that a little bit?
I think music is supposed to be therapeutic, just like working out or going to the gym or boxing or things of that nature. Miss Bartender, particularly speaking, I ruined the relationship, of course, being a man. I was not faithful. So I wrote about it, and it just felt good to just get it out. You know what I'm saying? Although it's a terrible situation and I never intend to break a heart, it feels good to write your thoughts and I guess your current situation and allow it to come to life. And then to see it touch so many people, it lets me know I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? I know other females can relate to having their heart broken, and I know men can relate to, I guess, being the cause of that to some degree. And like I said, it's nothing I take pride in, but I just like giving honest music. It's 2013. And I think it's time that we be transparent and as open as we possibly can and still keep that sense of mystique about yourself also.
Right. Now, you told us kind of about what influenced you sonically, but what do you want people to feel when they hear the music?
Passion. If I had to sum it up in one word, with Free Falling, again, it's about a man falling in love first, which is rare in our generation. So when they feel that record, a lot of ladies have been telling me since we released it that they love that record a lot. It's because it's very honest. You're putting yourself out there. The moment you say, I'm giving you my heart, you're just hoping that significant other catches it. And that's a real deep concept when you think about it. So when they hear this record, when they hear the Leigh Bush Project, I want them to say that he was very passionate in every note, every vocal arrangement, even the instrumentation and the beats that we chose for it.
Cool. Now, this is the 5-song EP. What do you got coming next from Leigh Bush?
Man, Leigh Bush Part 2 is actually coming out the top of the year, probably around my birthday. We're looking like so March. And then the Leigh Bush album. We're in a generation where you have to feed them the music and then let the fans demand the album, and I understand that. Right before I did the Leigh Bush EP, or the Leigh Bush project, I did a mixtape, which was my last effort at Sammie, entitled Insomnia, and it reached over 500,000 people in a year, and that's grand. So I'm just planting seeds, man, and really giving them quality music to marinate on until we get to the album.
Right. Now, as Sammie, you were known as a childhood star. You did it from a young age. Did you ever feel any pressure to kind of prove that you were grown, or prove that you had a grown image?
I think that's the worst thing you can try to do is prove you're something. Just be grown. Just be 26. You know what I'm saying? I just talk about what 26-year-olds do. I party. I drink a little bit. I have a good time. I love love. I love my crew. I love my fans. I love women. So I put all that in my life experiences into one project, and this is what you get, the Leigh Bush project. I think when you force yourself on fans to try to say I'm grown and I'm this and that, it kind of pushes you away, you know what I mean? So I think just being honest and being my 26-year-old self is good enough. As far as my accolades at a young age, I'm very proud of everything I did at Sammie, age of 12, all the way up to now.
Cool. And then just finally, you started out in the industry in the late 90s. What major changes have you seen, over the years in the industry?
The internet. It's like the biggest one.
Yeah.
But if you utilize it the right way, like I'm independent, and like to be in the top 10 on iTunes today is a major thing. Like you got TLC #1. I saw John Legend. I saw Tamar Braxton, and then Leigh Bush is somewhere in that mix. That's amazing. So if you utilize the Twitters and the Instagrams and the Facebooks the right way to stay connected to the fans, it's a great source. And I don't think you should cry about it. I know a lot of executives and a lot of the old school way of doing things. People, feel a way about the new genre and the new way, the new wave of how music is distributed. I think you just have to utilize it, evolve or evaporate, I always say. So I'm happy with the game. I'm not going to lie. Like everything that I'm doing is strategic, well thought out, and I have just the best fans in the whole wide world. So I'm grateful, man. I'm super, super happy right now.
Cool. Anything you want to add?
Make sure you follow me on Twitter as well as Instagram, Mr. Leigh Bush. That's MrLeigh_BUSH. My Instagram is the same. LeighBush.com. And make sure y'all go get the Leigh Bush project available on iTunes right now. Currently in the top 10. Let's get in that top 5 and hopefully #1. I'm just happy though, more than anything, to my fans for allowing me to grow and do what I love to do. And thank you to God for giving me the gift of song. I appreciate y'all.